Hello everyone, my name is Afreen Rahman and we are back with another episode of Product Today. And today with us, we have product manager Kanjan Desai from us, who's a product manager at PayPal. And just to give her introduction, well, she's here in person to do that. So welcome Kanjan to the show.
Thank you so much.
Well, Kanjan, it's lovely to have you here, and I'm sure our viewers are looking forward for this episode. And in this episode, we're going to talk about what does a product manager interview looks like. And I'm sure this is one topic that I think a lot of budding PMs are looking forward for. So, Kanjan, firstly, just can we get a very, very quick intro about you in just a very crisp format?
Sure. So, so currently I'm working at PayPal. I'm a senior product manager here. I am in the pricing team. And prior to this, I was again in a fintech company, Razorpay, where again I was working in the neobanking space. And then before that, I did my sort of like an MBA from ISB. And then before that, I worked for around 3 years with Bain and Vodafone Idea. So it's been a very sort of varied kind of an experience, and the last 2.5-ish years where I've been into product have been super enriching from a learning standpoint as well as execution standpoint. So I'd love to talk more about that as
well. You, I think, become one of the prime candidates because you've worked in so many domains. I think that makes you this interesting person to actually talk about product with you. So coming to the topic, Kanjan, one of the, I think very burning questions that I'd like to ask you is what exactly are basically the skills that a product manager needs to have once they start, preparing for the interviews? What are the basic skills?
Right. So I think I'm going to cover, so I'll be taking the lens of the overall skills that a product manager should have irrespective of the interviewing process because they remain the same, right? So couple of the big bucket items would be, first is to showcase your stakeholder management experience and skills. You won't know what all teams and what all kind of stakeholders will be requiring inputs from you and will be providing you inputs at a daily basis. So you have to show that you're adaptable and flexible and you're confident in being able to communicate with different teams. So then that transpires into the second skill, which is to be empathetic. And that's not just towards your stakeholders, but basically everybody that you talk to. You should sort of display your ability to understand where a person is coming from, right? So this could be customer, this could be your leadership, this could be your marketing manager, whoever that you talk to at a daily basis. The third very important skill in terms of hard skill is understanding data and being able to analyze it to arrive at actionable insights, right? Because as a PM, you just don't do things because you feel like doing them. You have to have backing of sense, logic, and data to take those decisions. And then that brings me to my next skill, which is decision-making skills / problem-solving skills, which you have to showcase in terms of whatever experience you have. Try to take an STAR approach where you discuss the situation first, and then what was your task, what action did you take, and what result did it bring you. So that showcases that you have always looked at a situation from a solution standpoint, or you look at a problem from a solving perspective, right? And then that leads to my last sort of big bucket item, which is to show that you have an understanding of execution, right? So planning is one part of the picture, but then if you are unable to execute your product roadmap items, or if you're unable to work with your engineering team to get your tasks ahead or your blockers solved, you won't be considered a good product manager, right? So that lens has to be also showcased. So I think this in a nutshell is the overall skill set that you should possess and that you should also highlight in your interviews or on your resume or whatever conversation.
Well, that's brilliantly put. I think right from the starting of showcasing skills, putting it in your resumes to the point of execution you have explained. Well, that is wonderful. But what if, I think this sounds something, if you're already working in the field of product managers, it's easier to do. What if I'm from a background that does not correlate to product management at all? Then how do I reflect these skills in my resume? Let's say, how do I do that?
Right. So all these are pretty generic. The fortunate and unfortunate aspect of a product manager role is that there's nothing, I'd say there's nothing new that a product manager does. It's just that everything that can possibly be there, which has to ensure the health and success of the product, comes under the umbrella of a product management role. So when I talk about stakeholder management, any role that you have, even today, you for that matter, when you have to interview people, you have to do a lot of stakeholder management. We've had so much of discussions to do, right? And then same way, I also am a teacher at INSEAD, let's say, right? So there also I have to do a lot of stakeholder management. Similarly, every role or every profession that you're in, even if you're not in a profession, let's say if you're a student, right? Even then you have to wear this hat of a product manager and try to think that, okay, I'm anyway managing customers, or I'm anyway having certain submissions to do, let's say, or I'm having some events to handle, right? So that's where you're going to be collecting a lot of insights, feedback, data. You can just analyze it. You are going to talk to a lot of people, so you can manage those stakeholders. You are doing a lot of research and thinking of how to solve the problems that come up in your maybe academic life or professional life. So really the thing that has to be developed is not to have any specific product management experience, so as to speak. Of course, if you have that, of course, that's a great thing, right? But why people can break into product management without being into it before is because of this. Because basically everything that a product manager does is some way or the other done by other people as well. It's just how you perceive it and how you put it forward.
Great. Well, that was some very, very interesting, insights that you've given there. Just giving a quick recap, especially on the skills part of things, is you said that, the main essentials is that you have to showcase skills. And this is general, right? Even if you're not coming from the background or coming from product management background, you have to showcase the right kind of skills, right? Focus on that. You have to be empathetic, towards your, you said your team members, not only just the customers. You have to understand data and analyze it, right? So you're working towards a goal. Decision-making skills is what we are told, to highlight. And in the end is, execution should be the part, right? So, great pointers and great insights there. I'm sure the audiences will love it. Thank you so much, Kanjan, for being part of this episode. Lovely to have you here.
Same here. Thank you so much.